the National House of Chiefs has added to calls recommending the total abolition of policies that grant permission for mining in the country's forest reserves. According to the House, although regulatory policies were instituted to rake in more resources and economic benefits for the country, the governing bodies have failed to implement the policies judiciously, calling for a change in the regulatory regime. President of the House, Ojiahoho Yaojebi II, prevailed on the government for the inclusion on the governing body. Emmanuel Bright Kweko has more.
In 2022, the government passed the legislative instrument and environmental protection regulation on mining in forest reserves. Since the passage of the law, the country has seen many mining leases granted in forest reserves, while an increasing number of applications for the lease are under consideration. The government came under heavy criticism after a mining company, High Street Ghana Limited, applied for a mining lease to mine in the Kakum National Park. At its last general meeting for the year, the National House of Chiefs recommended the termination of policies on mining in forest reserves. The House says the regulatory bodies responsible for ensuring sanity have failed in their mandates. Ojiahoho Yaojebi II is the president of the National House of Chiefs.
The policy on mining in forest reserves was well intended, but the results so far show that beneficiaries of the policy have not been sincere enough. Those issued with certain licenses are undertaking active mining. Government and its related agencies like the Forestry Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, cannot implement the policy in the manner to achieve its intended purpose. We as chiefs and as custodians of the land should recommend a total abolition of the policy. Indeed, Nananum are calling on the regulatory regime to involve Nananum.
Despite efforts to halt across the country's lands and water bodies, the illegal activity continues to adversely impact the environment. Cautioning against the repercussions of illegal mining, the group is suggesting collaborations with the government to fight the menace.
Nananum, there is enough evidence to suggest that government's approach in dealing with Galamsey without the active participation of traditional authorities will not succeed. In fact, if government does not involve Nananum, this fight will not succeed. Government should collaborate with the traditional authorities and draw up a detailed plan and provide adequate resources to halt Galamsey and the minerals associated with it.
Meanwhile, Minister responsible for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, is urging the traditional rulers to collaborate with relevant stakeholders, including the Lands Commission, to protect customary land rights. This, according to him, would end persistent land disputes in the country.
As custodians of the land, I would like to urge Nananum to reconsider availing their respective councils for the customary land secretariat management system that was espoused under the land administration project implemented by the government several years ago. This proposal is part of the government's effort to address the challenges of land governance in Ghana. So this appeal is to encourage you to use your influence and authority to prevent and resolve land disputes, as well as to promote peace and development in your various communities.